Hey, Tony Newman. Tony Newman, how are you? I'll be in Houston, Texas a week from today. I have a private signing next Friday, and I have one that's open to the public next Saturday. That is, what, April 7th? The details are on my website, www.craigthewriterstewart. Of course, the very first live So Much to Say podcast. It's going to be June 2nd in Atlanta. We're celebrating the 1-year anniversary of So Much to Say, where we talk about black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Details to come to the very first live podcast are pinned right down here. To get your tickets, to come to the live podcast, the details are here and here. It's going to be on Saturday, June 2nd. We're going to have food. You'll be able to eat. I'm working on an alcohol sponsor. I'm pretty close to getting an alcohol sponsor. I'm pretty close to securing that. You'll be able to drink. All for your admission. The admission is about $23, $25, something like that, unless you purchase books with your ticket as well. But there are a few different options. That's going to be Saturday, June 2nd. I will be securing the venue this weekend. I will be securing the venue. I want to give a big old shout out to my homegirl, Shauna Reed. Shauna Reed in the building. Shauna and I went to elementary school and middle school. We're from Baltimore. We're both from Baltimore. And she called me today. I said, she called me today. The phone rang. And I was around here doing something. I think I had just got back in the house. And the phone rang. And something said, Lord, answer the telephone. And I answered the phone, and she said to me, as you guys know, some of you know, Shauna is a nurse. And she called me today and said that one of her colleagues has a graduating class. I'm paraphrasing. Has a graduating class. And one of the things that she wants to gift them is a copy of my third book, So Much to Say, a book of quotes. And guess how many she wants? Hey girl, hey, what's up, Kim? So you need me to be a little retarded from time to time. You need me to come on at about 9:10, 9:12. Well, Shauna secured a 50-book order today. Can we say we're moving up in the world? Amen. We're moving up in the world. See, this is a collaboration. This is a collaboration. I appreciate that. I was so moved. What's up, R.C. Malone? What's up, Lionel? Hey, girl, hey. What's up, Leela? DeQuincy, really? What's up, Jocelyn? What's up? Is that Tanae White Barrett? Crystal Harrison, what's up? Look at God. What's up, Glenda Richardson? Good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I am Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. The weekend is already starting off nicely. I went and got my hair cut. Moving on up on the east side. Is that what they say? In a deluxe apartment in the sky. So I was so excited. Yes, thank you, Lionel. And hey, Kayla. Hey, girl, hey. What's up, Susan? And then another friend of mine from college. She emailed me 2 days ago. She's in St. Louis. Remember I told you guys I may be speaking in St. Louis? So she's working on a speaking gig for me. Of course, they're going to cut a check and fly the kid up there. So she's working on that. So I appreciate when you guys work to help me. I really do. Like when you guys share these videos, those all count as help. That helps to grow me and grow the work that I do. So I appreciate it. I really, really do. Yeah, he went on and got his little Easter haircut. You see it, Angela Twyman. You see it. He went and got his Easter cut. I took a lift over there to the barbershop. Excuse me. And I took a lift back. And I think my Lyft driver was trying to holler. I said my Lyft driver was trying to pick me up. And I don't mean in his broomstick. I mean he was trying to pick me up. He was trying to holler. What's up? Is that my baby mama? What's up, Ashley the boss? Evie Ford? Hey, girl, hey. I chose Lyft because look, I looked at the prices and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go here with Lyft. They were cheaper than Uber. So he was trying to holler. So I get in the car. You know, I was looking first day of school clean and shit. You know, I had my hair cut and shit. You know, I was first day of school clean. And so I walked out the barbershop and, you know, I stepped in the back seat. I got on in the back seat. And so he looking in the rearview mirror and shit. You know, I'm back there glistening and stuff. And so, what's up, Carolyn Denise Woods? And so he looking in the back seat and says, hey, how you doing? He has an accent. He has an accent. I'm a sucker for a man with an accent. And I'm a sucker for a man with a nice timbre in his voice. I like a nice timbre in the voice. What's up, Shakika? I like a man with a nice accent. So he said to me, so I'm thinking he's just making conversation at first. I'm like, okay, yeah, he just chit-chatting. So I'm minding my business. I'm in my phone and shit. I'm looking at my phone and responding to messages on social media. And so I'm minding my business and shit. And so he engaging the kid. And so I'm just like, so he's like, so where are you from? He got this wonderful accent, right? He's from Guyana, South America, right? No. I'm lying. He's Panamanian. He's from Panama. And so I said to him, I said, I have some friends from Panama. I said, they live in New York. He said, oh yeah, New York, yeah. And so he's speaking with this patois. And so he says he has relatives in New York. You know, West Indian people, they swear they know everybody in New York, right? They know everybody in New York and they know everybody in Miami and Maryland. Or Florida. Not just Miami, but Florida. So he was talking to his little patois and he was just like, oh, so where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from Maryland. And so then he says, he's just engaging. And he said, well, how long you been here? Sir, you getting real familiar. So anyway, so he's just like, so I'm like, oh, well, I've been back in Atlanta for a little over 3 years. I said, but I moved here right after college. I lived here for 13 years and I moved to LA. And so then he was just like, oh, okay. He said, so, he said, you got to work this weekend? What, you trying to take a bitch on a date? I mean, what? I'm real familiar with y'all because I don't even talk like that. So he's just like, I was just like, no. I said, I work for myself. I said, I have a little something. I got a podcast to edit for Monday, right? So I was like, well, I got a little work to do. But I didn't tell him about all of that because I don't need him looking me up and shit. So I was just like, no, I got a little bit of work to do. I said, I'll probably do that this evening, though, maybe over the weekend. He said, oh, okay. And so he said he drives for Lyft full time. And I was just like, oh, okay. I said, great. I said, how long you been doing it? He said, about 2 years. He said he really enjoys it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, nice. Then he says, do you live by yourself? Is he trying to come in? He must be trying to come in. Yeah, I live alone. Now, usually when I get to the gate, I usually give them the code that just opens the gate. But I said, this motherfucker might come back one day. I said, let me open the gate myself. I said, just dial 951, please, and it'll ring to my phone. So it rings to my phone, so I buzz in. I said, just make a right, make a quick left, and I get out right there. But meanwhile, in the conversation, he done already told me he got a girlfriend because he asked me if I got family here. I'm like, I have some family here. I said, my nephew, his wife, and my great nieces and nephews. And so he said, oh, okay. Well, he somehow got caught up on wife. He thought I said I have a wife. So he didn't already disclose that he has a girlfriend. He tells me he lives on the south side of town. He lives past the airport. And so he didn't tell me all of this. And so then he says, well, what you doing tonight? What? Wait, hello? Can I get another lift, please? Sir, you can drop me off at the corner. No, I didn't do that. But he was just like, well, what you doing tonight? And at this point, I just want to get home. Yes, wisdom. Yes, wisdom. I know the people in here probably trying to figure out what trade means. But yeah, he giving trade. And I'm just like, he got this little fitted hat on. He got this little baseball cap on. And so as he's really engaging me in conversation, he takes his hat off. Because you know when a person has on a baseball cap or they have on a hat, you really need them to take that hat off so you can tell whether or not they look good, right? So he took his hat off and then he looks back. He took his hat off and then looked back to let me know, nigga, I'm looking pretty good. So he says, yeah, I just came from the barbershop too. Sir, I didn't ask you. I didn't ask you though. I didn't ask you. Now, Shakik, I couldn't eat no booty. I don't know how long he been driving around in that car. You know, I don't know how long he been sitting in the car. So, you know, you don't eat booty when the booty got to be fresh. So anyway, he's just like, oh, so, okay. So what you doing tonight? And I was just like, well, I mean, I really don't know. Because at this point, I'm just trying to get to the house. I can take me a nap. I told you I like laying on my, lying. Let me get my correct verbiage right. I like lying on my floor, right? So I pull my little pallet out here. I put my little blanket. And I get 2 little pillows. And I lie down right here. Neffy is a nasty bitch. Now, you know when I say that, guys, you know I'm talking about Iyanla Fixed My Life with Neferteria. Keisha Cole's sister was on there a couple seasons ago. And Iyanla said to her, Neffy's a nasty bitch. So I say that all the time to Mike. I'm like, Neffy's a nasty. I say it to whoever, really. So anyway, I was just trying to get in the house to take a nap. He was nice looking. And so I'm trying to get in here. But see, you don't want to look all desperate. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want be ye not anxious. Be ye not anxious. What's up, Amber Brazen? I appreciate you logging in to see me. I appreciate that. So, you know, I didn't want to look anxious and thirsty. Some of y'all be thirsty. Some of y'all would have gave them your phone number. Some of y'all would have texted them your phone number in the app before it discontinued. You know how you can still communicate with them before the transaction ends. Some of y'all would have been texting your phone. Nah, I wasn't doing all of that. But see, mostly because he had already LaTanya Miles, I called you today on both of your devices. I called you at your job and I called you on your Celica phone. LaTanya Miles, you ain't that busy with your important ass. She's so goddamn important. You ever see somebody so important and they ain't really doing nothing? LaTanya Miles, right in here. LaTanya Miles, I'm going to come back to my story. LaTanya Miles, she's so important. I called her right at the school today. You weren't at school. You weren't at no damn dinner when I called you this afternoon. I called you about 3 o'clock. You weren't at no dinner. Let me call down to the Department of Education and let them know that she cutting out of work early to be going to dinner. I sure do, Felicia Marshall. I sure do like calling people out by their full name. And she didn't try to ease on down in here. She didn't try to ease her ass in here without me seeing her. And she didn't completely interrupt my story. I'm going to come back to my story, though. She didn't slid her ass in here. Oh, she been off work since last Wednesday. Oh, okay, well, why you didn't call me back? Because it's 9 o'clock now. You had 6 hours from the time I called you into now. She ain't had time to call me back, but she didn't log her ass into Facebook on my channel. On my channel. But she ain't had time to call me back. I just had a cocktail. I had a cocktail before I took my nap. I had to, you know how you be ready to take a nap? But I knew it was almost like, it was like 6:30, 6:45 when I got in the house. And I knew I had to come on here at 9 o'clock. So I said, and usually I can lay down and take a quick nap, right? I love you too, LaTanya. I lay down, I usually can lay down and fall asleep in like 10 minutes and to take a nap, right? But I wasn't that sleepy today. So I said, let me get me a little cocktail. Because I was trying to half-watch Scandal from last night because I didn't see it. But anyway, I drank a little cocktail. and I laid down. Michael, are you from the hair salon? Michael, did you get your hair curled? Michael McMillan, the second. Michael McMillan. Yeah, call me tomorrow, Latanya. Michael McMillan, the second. Did you get your permanent? He went to get his hair. He went to the hair salon today. Did you get your permanent? Did you get a roller set? Michael McMillan. Michael McMillan. Michael McMillan. We're paging Michael McMillan. Michael McMillan. We're paging Michael McMillan. Let me go back to this Lyft driver story. You know, perm is short for permanent. A permanent. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Where is Michael McMillan? So anyway, he asking me if hey girl, hey. Is it Asalef? Is it Asalef? How do you say that? Yeah, I'm about to go back to the story now. Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, let me hold on. Honey Mitchell says she is gifting my first book to Valerie Jack Taylor. She says she sent the $20 to my Cash App already. Are there any more gifts in here tonight? Because look, this is payday. She's showing out. Look at Honey. She's showing out because she got paid today. She done came in this bitch like Oprah. Bitch, I'm donating a book. Honey done came in here like she Oprah Winfrey. She came, I'm donating a book. I've already sent the money. Let me get my laptop. Let me go ahead and verify funds. Let me verify funds. Hold on, Honey Mitchell. Let me verify funds. I'm going to come back to my Lyft driver story. You know it's interesting when I jump around like this. I'm going to see how many of y'all paying attention to the story. Let me see if a Cash App thing came through here. Valerie Jack Mitchell. Yes, Maynovia Mitchell. You know, Honey is her Facebook name. Maynovia is her real name. That's her government name. Valerie Jack Taylor, I need you to inbox me your shipping address. I need you to inbox me your shipping address so I know where to send it. Because I have some other books to ship out tomorrow too. Okay? And then I'm going to... Michael McMillan, where are you? Where are you? Are you home or what? See, you see how the kids get when they get their little hair curled and stuff? Now he talking about wet. What do I want? He got his little hair curled. Now he acting brand new. See, I don't get like that when I get my hair done. My hair is laid for the gods. Fried, dyed, and laid to the side. Maynovia. I appreciate that, Maynovia. Is she still in there? Honey Mitchell. Mike, are we stepping out tonight? What we doing? Are we doing something? But anyway, let me get back to my story. Wasn't that nice of her to do that, Rashara? That was so nice of her to do that. I really appreciate that. Okay, so listen. So I'm in the car with my Lyft driver. And so he didn't ask me if I live by myself. I know. I'm sorry. Is it Terry? All right, I'm back on my story. What's up, JoJo? Okay, Valerie, whenever you get a chance, just go ahead and inbox me. Oh, so your name is Honey. What's that, like your middle name? Honey? So I'm in the car with the Lyft driver. Let me get focused. Let me get on back to what I was saying. Yes, Rashara, on the audio, I am reading the first book. The second book is coming. It's just not there yet. But yes, I am reading the audio. I'm narrating. Yes. It's in Audible and iTunes and all of that stuff. Okay, so I'm in my Lyft car today, right? So he didn't ask me if I live alone. He asked me if I had to work this weekend. He was like, so what you doing tonight? And I'm like, well, right now, I'm just trying to get to the house to take me a nap and take me a shower. Hey, girl. Hey, Nikisha. And so he like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, I'm about to go home, too. He said, I'm going to take me a shower. Sir, you volunteering a lot of information. He like, I'm just going to go home and take me a shower. And I'm going to come on back home. No, I didn't have on a So Much to Say podcast shirt. And so, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then he says, well, what do you drink? I drink vodka. I drink white. He says, oh, okay. He says, do you He said, I drink Hennessy. I said, oh, okay. Now, meanwhile, he done already told me he has a girlfriend. He already told me he has a girlfriend. So I'm like, oh, okay. And so he's just like, like, do you go out at all? And I'm like, okay, this is that trade talk when they trying to figure out how gay you are. When they trying to figure out how gay you are. And I was just like, I don't really go out like that to clubs. I said, that's not really my thing. Because, see, he don't know that this face is giving 41, 42 in 2 months. Actually, it's 42 in a month because my birthday, April is already here. March is gone. So I was like, well, no, I don't really do the clubs like that. I said, I'm more of a go out for a drink, go out to grab a bite to eat, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, John Trina, I was looking like a whole snack in the back of his lift car. So I was just like, yeah, I don't really do that. He said, do you have a lot of friends here? All of this classic textbook DL shit. And he's just like, well, do you have a lot of friends? I was like, well, I said, I keep a close, tight circle. I said, I don't run with a whole bunch of people, right? And so he's just like, oh, okay, yeah. I said, what about you? He said, no, I know a lot of people. I was like, oh, okay. So he told me how he knows a lot of people. And I'm like, okay. And so he's like, yes, he giving me this 20 question. Right, I should have gave him my Cash App ID. So anyway, so I'm just like, oh, okay. So then he circles back around. Say it with me. He circles back around. He says, so what you gonna do tonight? Man, I just told you I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now, I didn't say that. But I was just like, I really haven't thought that far. Because, you know, I knew Michael McMillan II was going to get his hair curled. I didn't know how long he was going to be at the salon. So, you know, I hadn't really made any plans. I haven't talked to DT today. So, I mean, like I said, I was just trying to get here, right here to this little spot, right here in front of this coffee table. I was trying to get right here with my pillows. That's all I had in mind, was to get right here and take a nap, right? Now, what I did, though, was I had sauteed these jumbo shrimp last night. I put it on my Facebook story. I made like these little tacos. You know, some of y'all be acting like y'all run out of ideas of what to eat and stuff. I sauteed these jumbo shrimp, like these tiger shrimp, and I had like some small tortillas, right? And I put like a mixed kale and carrot like thing on it. You know, it's like mixed kale, you know, like a spring mix. Put that down on the little taco, on the soft tortilla. I put a little taco sauce on it. I dropped them garlic sauteed shrimp on it, and I ate that, and I took me a nap, right? I made me a quick little snack. So that's all I was focused on, was trying to get to this house to lay down, right? He was trying to get there with me, Levi. And so he was just like, oh, okay. And so, but like I said, he had already told me he had a girlfriend. So I was just like, okay. So we get to my house. So like I said, I told him to dial up the number. And I pressed it on my phone. I opened up the gate. And then he said, all right. He didn't put the car in park. Sorry, you don't need to put the car in park. I'm just going to jump out, you know. In fact, you ain't even got to stop. Just slow down. I'm going to roll out I'm going to roll out the car. Because, see, and the reason I'm sharing this story, because I wasn't even thinking I was going to share this story. Somebody said with me, every lesson repeats itself until it's learned. Every lesson repeats itself until it's learned. And see, I could have went on and fooled around with this boy who has a girlfriend, but I've already lived through that. That's the story in this second book. Rocky was married. So why would I need to go through that again with him? Sir, this is me thinking to myself in the car. Sir, I already know you. No, I don't really know you, but I already know somebody like you. I've already dated you. He up there in Maryland right now. So it's like, why keep, and I'm sharing this with you guys because some of y'all keep wondering why you keep running to the same dead-ass, zero-ass men and women in relationships. It's because you keep making the same choices. It's a pattern repeating itself. In fact, there's a chapter in the first book called Patterns. And I talk to you about how I identified my dating pattern. And that's why it's important to sometimes sit your ass down and be single for a moment. Hit the share button because there's a bitch in your life that need to hear this. That's why it's important to sit down sometimes and just be single. Francine. I'm just going to say Francine because nobody know you as Francine but me. Francine. That's why it's important for you to sit down. Take yourself off the market for a moment. Stop trying to run into a relationship every time you And every man or woman, because I know there's some lesbians in here, every man or woman that smile at you doesn't deserve your time. I'm going to let that stew for a moment. I'm going to let that stew. Every man or woman that smiles at you doesn't deserve your time. Just because a person is persistent doesn't mean you... Anyway, he puts the car in park. And he says, all right, man. He said, what's your name? Sir, my name is in the app right there, okay? Look, my name in the app is Craig the Writer Stewart, right? It doesn't just say Craig, right? My picture is whatever's up on Facebook. And my name, you know how the person's name comes up? It says Craig the Writer Stewart. He says, what's your name? I'm sitting there thinking, my shit right there, and it's right there. I'm looking at it, like, clearly. So I say, my name is Craig. And he says, okay. He said, all right, man. He said, all right, Craig. He turned around. He didn't turn around, shook my hand. Hopefully I'll see you again. You plan on picking me up another day? You plan on circling the area just in case I request... You plan on circling the area just in case I request a car? I mean, is that what you're going to do? I'm sorry, you have a great weekend. Look, he probably right outside now. He probably right outside now. See, that's why it's important to live in a gated community. And you need a security code to get in the building. And then once you get in the building, you still don't know where to go because, you know, now y'all know I live in 227, but... But he don't know. Woo! All right, so let me tell you. So the other day I was coming in the building. I think Bianca up there in New Jersey, Pennsauken, New Jersey, asked me if I had seen Betty. Y'all remember Betty, right? I checked on her like a few days after she fell. And then just the other day, I was on my way out, and I saw her son. And I knew her son. I knew it was her son. I had never met him before, but I knew it was her son because she told me that he works for Delta. And this guy that was coming in the building as I was about to go out, he had on like a jacket and it said Delta. And I said, hey, I said, are you Betty's son? And he said, yeah, I am. And he said, what's your name? He said, are you the guy? I said, I helped your mom. I said, she fell. He said, oh, okay. Da, da, da. So we kind of had this little moment on the staircase. And I said, I figured it was you because she told me that you come and check on her like Tuesdays and Thursdays. This was this past Tuesday. And he said, yeah. He said, we really appreciate what you're doing, what you did for us, you know, that day. Well, can you put me in the will? Look, add me in the will. Put a little addendum in there for me. And for Craig, for helping, for the gay author that stopped and helped. You know, hopefully this little seed will help you on your book tour and all of your future endeavors. Because you know Betty probably got $19 million in her savings account. Now I'm going to take y'all over here because I got to cook me something else to eat. I just had a little snack before I went to take my nap. So I'm going to take y'all over here with me so I can figure out what I'm going to eat. I don't know what I'm going to eat yet. But I think what I'm going to do is saute some portobello mushroom and put it on a bed of rice or something, and maybe saute some mixed veggies. I have some mixed cauliflower and broccoli and carrots and zucchini and squash. I may saute that with the mushroom on the side, and you know. So we're gonna go over here and play in the kitchen for a second. All right. Oh, Angela Twyman says she's hungry. I don't know where DT is. He does that from time to time. He goes silent from time. I do have more scallops and I do have more shrimp, but I try not to eat seafood every day, all day, because that's too much mercury. You can't be eating all that mercury. Okay, you done came off the beef and then you got all this goddamn mercury in your system. So I'm not gonna eat the seafood because I have fish and I've been killing it, right? I'm having a couple people over on Sunday. I ain't on no silent lunch. I talked to that bastard over text message. I just haven't seen him. Oh, I went to the grocery store today and I bought some more fresh raspberries. I bought some fresh blueberries, all for my smoothies. I posted smoothies and stuff in my Facebook and Instagram stories. I bought some bananas because I put bananas in my smoothies. And I already had carrots. And I bought some of this juice right here because I use this as my base. I'm going to use this time. Last time I had V8, but I'm going to use this as my base this time. Because you got to put a little water. Not water, but you got to put some liquid in there. So I use this. And then I put fresh blueberries, fresh raspberries. I have some kale. I put some carrots in there. Oh, and I bought a bag of frozen fruit, mixed fruit, right? So I put some of that in there. And then I blend it up. But right now, I bought a red cabbage or purple cabbage, whatever you want to call it. I bought that today. I got some whatever this is called, mushroom. And what else did I say I was gonna make? Mushroom and what? Rice. And I said something else. Oh, these mixed veggies. Do these mixed veggies. See what that's cracking on. But Shauna made my day today when she called me talking about that lady was gonna order 50 books. When I tell you I almost ran through this house. Michael McMillan, where are you? What are we doing? Are you staying in the house? Now I can stay in the house. It's not a problem. I'm just curious. Let me put y'all on this side so y'all can see this. I'm gonna put y'all over here. No, don't be coming to Atlanta. We don't have no more room for no damn body else, okay? Move to Dallas. Go on down to Dallas. We over capacity here. Hey, girl, hey. What's up, Samantha? Quick. Samantha, quick. All right, so I'm going to use this pan. Can y'all see that? I guess y'all can see that, right? Bye, Shauna. I'm going to use that. And then I need to get a pot for my rice. I'm an expert with making rice. I don't even measure anything. I just put some water in the pot. I measure the rice. I do measure the rice. But I don't measure the water. I just do it. I'm put a little vegan butter in my water with my rice. I told you I use Earth Balance, soy-free. Soy-free. Vegan butter. Oh, I was going to tell you guys also. My homegirl that just found out about her husband having a baby. She decided to stay the weekend at a hotel. She texted me today and said she's spending the weekend because she just needs to clear her thoughts. And I said, well, good for you. Good for you. So we're meeting for brunch tomorrow. I'm going to meet her for brunch tomorrow. And, you know, just kind of touch base. And she said that her husband he said to her, please don't break my heart. In other words, don't sleep with somebody else. It's so interesting how motherfuckers become really concerned after they did wrong. Oh, let me get my rice out. I'm all talking and shit. I ain't got my rice. I'm going to do jasmine rice this time. We're going to do jasmine rice. That's a cup. Perfect. Do y'all put y'all rice in there before the water starts boiling or once it starts boiling? How y'all do y'all rice? I'm gonna take my mushroom. I'm gonna saute these. I'm gonna rinse these off though. I actually put mine in a colander and I rinse them. Something's sticking in that dishwasher. Right, okay, I put mine in there before too. I just didn't want to put it in there. I'd be looking like, how you bake your rice? With y'all judgmental asses. All right, so I'm just rinsing off these mushrooms. I'm just rinsing them off in a colander. And then I'm going to season them. And you can season them with whatever you like. I'm going to turn it this way so y'all can see. You can season your mushroom with whatever you like. I like to season mine with Montreal steak seasoning, a little garlic powder. Remember, I don't use salt except for my pink Himalayan salt or you know, regular sea salt. I don't feel like cutting up an onion, so I'm going to use a little bit of onion powder. Again, I don't use salt. I don't use salt. That's why some of y'all ankles swelling up. And that's all I'm going to use. Because, see, first of all, there's salt in this right here. What is this? Montreal steak seasoning. The first ingredient in here is coarse salt. So you don't need no other salt. I was in Walmart today and just looking at us, like us, black folks. We walk around, we all out of shape. It's our diet. We just don't eat right. We leaning all on the cart because we can't even stand up. Yeah, I think I am going to step out. I think I'm going to step out for a moment. Since Honey sent me $20 through here for a book, I think I'm going to go ahead and have a drink. Hey, girl, hey. What's up, Lorenzo? So, yes, I rinsed these off. I already did that. And then I just season them, right? I season it with the onion powder and everything. Remember, this is just powder. And then garlic powder. And you can put a little pepper on it if you want, but this Montreal steak seasoning, it has pepper in it. It has black and red pepper, so you don't need any more pepper. And then you put a little bit of olive oil in your pan. The pan is already hot. You put a little olive oil in here. You don't need a lot because the mushrooms carry a lot of water. The mushrooms carry a lot of water, so you don't need a lot of olive oil. But you get that pan real good, but you gotta get your spatula ready. Cause that these mushrooms about to show off in this pan. See how they cut up? And you just move them around a little bit. You just saute them. This is how I do my fish. You know, you lay it down in here and then you flip it over a couple times and then you go ahead and eat it. Now, salmon is the only fish that kind of requires me to put it in the oven too. Like I will pan sear a piece of salmon, but sometimes they're so thick that it won't cook all the way through in the middle, and I don't like no pink fish because salmon is like really fishy. And so I'll usually brown it on both sides as much as I can without burning it, and then I'll put it in the oven so the middle can bake. That's what I do with my salmon. What time is it? I see, it's 9:42. So then you do this, and I'm gonna use this same pan for my for those mixed veggies. I really could have waited a few minutes until my rice was almost done to do this. Right, this is quick and easy. You hurry up and eat a little something and sit down somewhere. You don't need no steak. You don't need no chicken. You got this little rice that's gonna stick to you. These mushrooms, and you got your mixed veggies, which I'm going to get to in a second. And that's it. And then I'll probably be hungry again in a little while, but you know, you could do a smoothie and take your ass to bed. So, that will be that. I had a pretty good day today. I just got up. I went to breakfast with one of my friends. She and I went to breakfast, and then we went to the thrift store. I posted a video on my Facebook story and on my Snapchat and on my Instagram story. But we went to get a little breakfast, and then we walked around in this little thrift store. We went to this little thrift store. Went in there, and then we went to Walmart. I bought some groceries, and then I came home, put my groceries away. I watched the Braxtons from last night. Let me turn this so y'all can see them. And then, and the mushroom will shrink a little bit too in the pan as they cook. I watched the Braxtons. And then it was time for me to go to the barbershop. I went to the barbershop, came back, tried to take a little nap. I fell asleep watching Scandal, jumped in the shower, washed my hair real quick, and here I am, talking to y'all. That was it. So those are done. Oh, I need to take these out of here because I need that container. I'm gonna put these mushrooms in this bowl. I bought some lemons and some limes because I'm having some people over on Sunday for Easter dinner. Mike then talked me into that. I'm gonna put my mushroom. Let me taste one first. I'm gonna put my mushroom up in the microwave. They portobello mushroom. I was just telling y'all. Portobello. It's good. That'll be good over some rice. All right, so now I'm about to I'm gonna keep this pan on. I'm gonna put a little bit more olive oil because the mushroom pretty much took up the little bit of olive oil that was in there. And I just got this little vegetable medley, this little bird's eye frozen bag. And like I said, it's called Normandy blend. But it's broccoli, cauliflower, florets, sliced carrots, zucchini, and yellow squash. And I'm gonna put this right in this pan with some seasoning. I'm just gonna put it in there frozen. I made some the other day. That shit was so good. Put a little bit of olive oil. You don't need a lot because remember it's frozen, so it's gonna generate a little water. I'm gonna put a little sea salt, pink Himalayan sea salt. That's what I'm using. Put it over this in there. And then I'm going to use some pepper. See, I don't have no pets, so I can put my top right back on. Put some pepper in here. And I'm going to put a little garlic powder and stuff once I get it in here. I'm only grabbing it with my hand because it's ice at the bottom of the bag. Because I'm at the end of it and I don't need all that ice to be in there. Put a little garlic powder on it. Sprinkle a little more pepper. I ain't putting no more salt. I'm just gonna put a little bit more pepper. See, some of y'all so heavy-handed with the salt. With them swollen ankles and elbows. I'm gonna stir my rice a little bit. She's starting to boil. I'm gonna let her boil a little bit more before I turn her down. And then you just move these veggies around. Wait, can y'all see that? What's enough, Curtis? Your godson or grandson? You say godson? And see, look at them veggies. They are nice and seasoned. And see, you got that little aftertaste from the mushroom that were in here, the sauteed mushroom. Y'all don't know how to eat. This is some good eating right here. I got the information from the charity in Baltimore that we're going to support next for the month of April. So I'm going to post that stuff, but I'm not going to do it until like the beginning of April. I'll probably do it on Monday. And then their tax ID information is in there, the kind of supplies and stuff that they need. So we'll start collecting for them for the month of April. And we're going to plan to have everything sent to them by the last day of April, April 30th. To give everybody time. Look at that. Look at them veggies. All right, now I'm going to stir my rice one more time, and then I'm going to turn it down and steam it. So I can go ahead and... Rachel Ray ain't got shit on me. Do you hear me? I'm just sauteing. I got my ice maker on. I don't usually turn my ice maker on, but since I got people coming over on Sunday, I got the ice maker on. Some little sauteed veggies. And what was this, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes? See, some of y'all be thinking y'all got to have a piece of chicken. Lorenzo said he on his way. In fact, I could actually put some of these veggies over top of this rice instead of my mushroom. I can eat the mushroom like my meat. I can use the mushroom like my meat. My rice will be ready in a minute. Move this off the flame. Not the flame, but off the heat. I didn't stock up on any white wine or vodka because they bringing their asses over here, so they need to bring the vodka and the alcohol. I'm going to make candied yams with vegan butter. It's going to be really good. And I got brown sugar and stuff in here that I'm going to use. And I'm going to do some more of these these sauteed veggies that I'm doing. I'm going to do some of that. And then Mike is supposed to do some chicken or something. Black people, you know I'm not eating that. I don't eat meat anymore for the people that's new on here. So Mike is going to do some chicken. He's going to do some rice and peas, because I was going to do some rice too, but since he's doing rice and peas, I won't do rice. Yeah, Sherry, you sure did with your late ass. Are you, Onika? You're making the same thing? So yeah, so it's a potluck. Somebody's doing greens, but the person that's doing greens does not use meat in his greens. So I'm going to taste his greens. So it's a potluck. A couple people are doing stuff. So we're going to bring it together for Easter on Sunday. And then they bring in alcohol. But see, you know, the best part of like inviting people over to your house and you ask them to bring a bottle is that you fill up your bar. You fill up your bar. Right? You let them bring... Why does phone be getting dark? I don't understand why this does this. But anyway, you let them bring the alcohol. And then when they leave, you got all of the alcohol you need for your next party. I got to check my rice. I don't know why I came over here. I got to keep my eye on my rice. Hold on. I'm sorry. I forgot. The rice is coming together nicely. Some of y'all don't know how to make rice. See, this all you got to do is let the water drain out now. You got to turn it down real low, though. You got to turn it down real low. And let that, but I'm about to start eating because I can't wait for that rice. I ain't gonna be able to do it. These sauteed veggies. And my mushroom. My sauteed portobello mushroom. And see, the mushroom, it creates like a juice. See that juice in there? That's why you don't need a whole bunch of olive oil, because the mushroom, they ain't nothing but water. You just need a dab of olive oil. Put these mushrooms back up here. Now, of course, if my rice was done, I would have put the veggies on top of the rice. But it ain't. Ooh. They some good veggies. You wouldn't even know that they came out of the freezer. I've never really eaten canned vegetables. Nothing against those of you who eat canned vegetables. Oh, you saw my socks, Angela? Thank you. I like socks and underwear. I'm a socks and underwear kind of person. But yeah, so this is what I'm gonna have, and I'm gonna eat this rice in a second when it's done. I'm gonna see about trying to log into my laptop. See, that's just like meat. That's like your meat. Right there. Here, come on. You want to taste it? It's a mushroom. Taste it now. These veggies are so juicy. You already know I smack when I eat. Yeah, see, the canned vegetables they have too much sodium. So I usually buy fresh or frozen. I bought some fresh kale today. I'll use the kale also for my smoothies. Put it in that blender. It blends up really nicely. Y'all don't know what y'all missing. Tell me you hate mushroom. Trina and Angela Johnson. Is it Nana Tillman? You must have just came in. What I did was, I rinsed them off in a colander. I put the mushroom in a colander and I rinsed them off. And then I seasoned them. I seasoned them with some Montreal steak seasoning. Some black pepper. Garlic powder. Not salt. And onion powder. See, some of y'all so heavy-handed with the salt. I put a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Just a little bit of olive oil in the pan. Get it real hot. Remember, the mushroom was still a little wet because I rinsed them off first. Drop them in that olive oil in that pan. Saute them a little bit. Move them around. Take them out. And then you plate it. You know, that's chef talk. You plate it. This is good eating. And you know, it's like, this will knock the hunger off. And let's say you going out. Hey girl, hey. Hey Minnie. Hey girl, hey. Let's say you going out, right? Your stomach ain't gonna be all bloated. You can still put on your outfit. You know what I'm saying? You come here, eat some fried chicken. Eat some oxtail. And then go try to slide in them little tiny jeans that you know were too small when you bought them. Like, you know you don't even stand a chance of getting in. I will be hungry in an hour, Fatima, but guess what? You're supposed to eat every couple hours. You're supposed to eat every 2-3 hours. So y'all be sitting there trying to gorge yourself with this heavy-ass food to try to be full for 6 and 7 and 8 hours. That's not how you're supposed to eat. That's what, with all that heavy-ass gravy on it. That's not how you're supposed to eat. And I don't know how long you've been following me, but the kid shits 3 times a day. I shat, that's past tense for shit. I shat before I went to the gym. I mean, before I went to the barbershop. I think I shat this morning too. I definitely shat, past tense, before I went to the gym. I mean, before I went to the barbershop. I didn't go to the gym today. And I'm going to shit again before tonight is over. Because the first thing I had today when I woke up, I had a fresh smoothie. I had a little bit of cashew milk left over. I put that in the blender. I had some green V8 juice. I put that in there. I dropped some ice in there. I cut up 1 apple. Put that in there. I had some mixed fruit that I put in there. I had some fresh blueberry. I put that in there. You guys know what I put in I had some carrots, some baby carrots. I put that in there. Blended all that shit up. It was a nice old smoothie. I put a little agave in it. And I drank it. That thing gets to moving my bowels and stuff. So I shat before I went to the gym. I mean, before I went to the barbershop. And then when I eat there, it's going to make me shit. You're supposed to use the bathroom 7 times. See, y'all got all that backed up food in your stomach and shit. That's why your stomach's sitting out, and you don't know why your stomach's sitting out, why you bloated. Evie, no. Like when I take a shit, look, we grown. Look, we talking about shit, okay? Let me see what C.H. Harris is saying. Yeah, see, look, she said she stewed some okra over some basmati rice and sweet potato fries. She said, oh my God. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, I just think that we're conditioned to eat meat. We're conditioned to eat meat. We're so used to eating it. But no, to answer your question, Evie, she asked me if when I go out, do I have to shit? Do I have to like, I'm not eating a Metamucil. I mean, I'm not like out of control of my bowels. No. It's just like I have to shit. Like, you know what I mean? Your stomach get the rumbling. You're like, oh, uh-oh. I got to go in about 40 minutes. So I know when I'm going to have to go. But I try to take care of that before I leave the house. And here's the other thing I do. I try to take a shower after every time I shit. Not after every time, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than taking a shower. Like I literally just got out of the shower. Oh, Virtuous says she's been a vegan for 38 years. Girl, I'm going to need you to send me some recipes or something. Inbox me some recipes. Oh, CH got it down pat. CH Harris, she said for lunch she had a miso soup with red miso, tofu, mushroom, garlic, shallots, ginger, and handmade noodles. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, some of y'all for lunch, y'all done had a Philly cheesesteak, French fries, Cinnabon with a Diet Coke. Bitch, what you think that Diet Coke gonna do for all that heavy shit you done ate? Let me get a Coke Zero. Girl, you done already ate 19,000 calories with that Cinnabon. And then you had to get extra frosting. Can I get an extra frosting? Man, that's gonna be 35 cents. That's fine. Let me get an extra frosting. Y'all do too much. Oh my God, Virtuous, are you a vegan chef? What city are you in? What city are you in? See, shit like that gets me excited. So here's the thing. You're supposed to use the bathroom several times a day, right? You're supposed to shit 3 times a day. Some of y'all walking around here with bowels and shit from when you were 19. Your shit all locked up. You all in the Walmart trying to buy some magnesium citrate. Girl, that shit ain't gonna help you. Magnesium citrate is that shit in the little bottle that you drink. Virtuous, you in Atlanta? Girl, I need you to prepare me some meals. How much is it going to cost me for you to... Look, can you cook though first before I go? Virtuous, I might need to have you come over here one day and we talk on camera. So, because I'm trying to help. I'm trying to save black people. I'm trying to save black people. Look at CH. CH Harris said, when you buy meat in the store, it's already decomposing. Amaya, no, I don't eat meat anymore. And do you see this body? You don't need no meat. Now I've only been meatless since the first week in September. If you guys live in Atlanta, you remember that we had that hurricane that first week in September and shit. That was when I stopped eating meat. Not because of the hurricane, but I just remember that was when I stopped. Virtuous, inbox me. I'm serious. I don't know if you prepare meals and shit, but I like shit like that. See, that's the way I spend my money. See, some of y'all going out buying purses and shit. You'll spend $1,900 on a purse, but won't spend $60 or $100 for somebody to prepare your food for you, for meal prep. That don't make sense. Yes, Sunshine Swinton, you can eat other things other than meat for protein. But see, I think as humans, not just black people, but as humans... Oh, yeah, Virtuous, do you take food stamps? Girl, I got food stamps. No, I'm just playing. It's juicy all in my mouth. Oh, it's juicy. Onika said, the only meat in me is my man. And in that order. She nasty. Oh, she nasty. No body odor when you're vegan. Your skin gets really nice. Eli, listen, I smack when I eat, okay? But I'm on the last bite, so you should be all right. It's the last bit. But your skin clears up when you get off that meat and shit. I don't know how many of you are in here new. I'm going to share this conversation with you that I just had with some friends the other day. I told y'all this the other day. A friend of mine from college. All right, Virtuous, inbox me when we get off here. Do not forget, please. A friend of mine, I'm gonna read this conversation thread that we had. A friend of mine came off the meat a few months ago. I will show you a picture of her, but I'm not gonna do that. But she was bloated. She's still bloated, but she's already lost some weight. She said, this was just the other day. She sent this text message. She says, today I went to the doctor and my shit was 122/70. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That's the new, hold on. That's her new blood pressure. That's normal. Your blood pressure is supposed to be 180/70, something like that. So here's what she said in the beginning. She said, so I've been struggling with high blood pressure. And 3 weeks ago, my blood pressure was 155/114. 155/114. She says, I stopped eating meat and dairy soon after. I do eat fish, Denise Richmond. I'm pescatarian. So pescatarian just means that you still eat seafood and that's the only meat that you eat. Seafood and veggies and rice and grains and shit like that. So she said, today I went to the doctor and my blood pressure is now 122/70. It's perfect. And she came off of one of her medications. She came off of one of her medications. She was taking a pill. And she came off of it. She said, you know what? I hate to admit it, but it was the meat. And she said, I can't go back to it. We had this whole conversation. It was like 8 of us in this group text. And she said, I had to come off of it. She said, do you hear me? No meds. And after only 3 weeks of not eating meat, after only 3 weeks, she said, I've been on meds for 5 months and stage 2 hypertension. And she said, after only 3 weeks of coming off the meat. And I say this to you guys all the time. But see, I've never taken blood pressure medicine, so I didn't have that story to share with you until now. I've tried to tell many of you on here, some of you are my age, some of you are older than I am, some of you are younger than I am, and you on high blood pressure pills. I got friends that are younger than me, younger than I am, and they are on medication. In fact, they've been on medication since they were in fucking high school. In high school, some of y'all might have kids that's on high blood pressure. Take their asses off that meat. Take them off that meat and see what happens. So she came off the meat. She said, you know what? And again, she still eats seafood. But in terms of the beef, pork, and the chicken, I'm sorry, I got food and shit all down here and down here. The beef, pork. Damn, I went right to the Walmart today and I forgot to get some coconut oil. I'm going to get some tomorrow, though. So the bottom line is, if you want to come up off that medication, change your diet. Change your diet. Are you that committed to your diet that you're not going to change? Like, do you want to live or die? Which one is it? Do you want to live or die? And so for me, when I came off the meat, I felt a difference right away. Like, I work out. And I didn't come off cold turkey, Quinetta. I didn't stop eating meat cold turkey. What I did was I still had meat in my freezer. I would eat it, like, as I was going. You know, as I would go along, I would eat it, you know. But whenever I went out with my friends to eat, like if my friends said, hey, what you doing? Let's go out. I said, okay. But when I would go out with them, I would not eat meat. I was using that as a practice ground so that I could try to wean myself off of it. Right? And so, and then once the meat in my freezer was gone, I made the decision to not buy anymore. I said, I'm not buying anymore. But I just kind of eased my way into it. But I just think that as people, not black people, not white people, not Hispanic, as human beings, period, we're conditioned to think that we have to have meat for protein. But that's not the case. See, look at Denise Richmond, her grandmother. And I've been trying to get my mother to come off of, like, meat. She's like, I'm too old to be coming off of meat. Girl, what? Logically, that don't even make sense. So you rather take 12 and 15 pills a day? So you have to ask yourself, which is more difficult? Which is more difficult? Coming off the meat or having them aches and pains in your body and taking buying prescription medication? I mean, that should be a no-brainer. But when I came off the beef, I didn't really eat beef like that, no way. Every now and then I would have a steak, but it would be every blue moon. I came off the beef and the pork and the chicken, and I noticed the difference right away. I've worked out since I was 22. I'm 41 now. I noticed, I've always had clear skin, but I've noticed that my skin got even clearer when I came off the meat. I did lean up some more. I leaned up quite a bit. I was always lean. I can't tell you that I was a fat person. I've never been fat. But I leaned up even more. The thing that I noticed most was that I sometimes I would have like a little joint pain, like in my knee, like in my right knee. And I always ascribed it to me working out, like doing squats. Or, you know, I just thought that maybe my knee was tender from the workout or from lunges or something like that. When I came off that motherfucking chicken and poultry, chicken and turkey, when I came off of that, I haven't even experienced that anymore. I used to get a lot of stress in my lower back. I squat and I lunge and I go running. Those things usually exacerbated the tension in my lower back, right? Since I came off that meat, I'll get up under that squat machine. I squat. I can lunge. I can run. Like, I don't have that tension down. And I know it's whatever the shit that they put in the meat is doing it. And I can't sit here and tell you that it's the meat per se, as much as it is the stuff that they're putting in the meat. And I know those of you that have been following me for a while, you've heard me say all of this before, but there are a bunch of people in here now that may be listening for the first time, so I'm just sharing that with you guys now. Again, for me, what I do with my kale, I sometimes buy the kale in the bag. That's if I'm being lazy, because that's fresh too. But I usually will buy the fresh kale. You know how it's just like, you know, that shit look like a little wild weed. I'll usually buy that. And then what I do is I take baking powder. Let me show you, because somebody in here don't know what I'm talking about. Not baking powder, baking soda. I usually take baking soda. You know, the little white powder, look like cocaine. No, I've never tried coke, so don't try it. I take the little baking powder, or baking soda. I keep saying powder, soda. I take baking soda. I fill up my sink. You know how you cook greens? You know how you soak your greens in the sink? Come on, black folks and Hispanic folk. You know how you fill up your sink and you stop the water up and everything, and you put the baking soda in there, and then you put the kale in there to get all of that dirt out of it, right? You rinse it a couple times. What I do with my kale is I dice it up really good. I chop my kale, because you know kale is really leafy. So I chop it really good. And what I do is I dice up a red onion. Now you can use whatever kind of onion you like. I personally like red onion. I like for my dish to be a little colorful. I take red onion, I dice it up however much you want. However much you want. You don't have to use a whole onion. I usually do like a half of an onion, depending on how much kale I'm cooking. I dice it up. I take that same non-stick pan, or I have some ceramic dishes too, ceramic pots and pans. I take one of them pans, I put a little bit of olive oil in there, not a whole lot, probably about 2 tablespoons, depending on how much kale I got. I drop that onion in there first. I dice up the onion, I drop that onion in that hot grease first, that hot olive oil, right? I season, I might put a little pepper in that pan with that olive oil, right? Get that pepper sizzling and crackling. Then after I done sliced up my kale, cut up my kale, chopped it up, I put the onion and the pepper in the pan, and then I put the kale in the pan. And I saute it. I saute it. It shouldn't be a lot of grease in there, though. It should not be a lot of grease. Your kale should still be relatively dry. Just put like 2 tablespoons of olive oil in that pan. You don't need a whole bunch of grease, because it ain't supposed to be dripping with grease. You saute that shit real good. When she's almost sauteed, you sprinkle a little bit of this on here. Again, you didn't hear me say anything about salt. Once you get that kale sauteed pretty nicely, you sprinkle a little bit of this girl on it. Bragg's liquid aminos. This serves like a salt. It's kind of like a salt, right? You ain't draining it. You're not, listen. You're not dousing it with this. You just sprinkling a little bit, and it's going to sizzle up a little bit. And then you saute and you put that bitch on the plate, and then you eat it. Well, whatever you're going to accompany it with. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're going to accompany it with. But this liquid aminos by Bragg's, I also use this like if I do Brussels sprouts. Now, I don't know if y'all like Brussels sprouts. I do my Brussels sprouts the same way. I cut the butt off of it. I slice it in fours, the Brussels sprout. I cut up a regular onion, like a white onion or a yellow onion, whatever. I rinse it off real good, and then I season my Brussels sprouts. I don't season the kale. I season the Brussels sprouts, and I'll season the Brussels sprouts with like onion powder, maybe some garlic powder, and a little bit of Lowry's. Don't be all heavy-handed with the Lowry's and shit, or the McCormick seasoned salt. Not too much. So then what you do is you put the olive oil in the pan, put the onion in the pan, and put that Brussels sprout in the pan, and sprinkle a little bit of this on there when it's out. Listen. The Bragg's give you headaches, Toya? It might be too much sodium for you. It's not a lot of sodium. Well, it's 320 milligrams or so. That's what I'm saying. You just put a little dash in it. Just a little dash. It's a natural soy sauce is what it says. It's a natural soy sauce. These are the same people that make the Bragg's apple cider vinegar. And so before I started doing smoothies every morning, like now when I wake up, I do a smoothie every morning. I told you some of the ideas what I use for my smoothies. But before I started making the smoothies, I would do like a cleanse every morning. Every morning I would do a cleanse. But this is before I came off the meat. Before I came off the meat, I would do a cleanse so that I could make sure I took a shit every day. And back then, I was only taking a shit once a day. What I would do is I would take a half of a lemon. I would squeeze that in the. Yes, this can be salty. That's why you don't want to. That's why you don't want to use a lot of this. That's why you just use a little dab. Before, I would take a half of a lemon, squeeze it in the in a glass of water. I used to use a half a bottle of water, like an 8-ounce bottle of water. Put that in a glass or a cup, a mug. I would squeeze some lemon juice, real lemon juice, not the little dumb little plastic lemon, right? But I would sometimes cheat with that. Then you take a little tablespoon or so of honey, preferably raw honey. Put that in the mug. And so it's honey, lemon juice, half a bottle of water, and apple cider vinegar. I almost forgot. You do like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. And what I would do is, and the reason why I say I use a mug, not a glass, I would put it in the microwave. It ain't supposed to be hot. You ain't making hot tea. It ain't hot tea. You put it in the microwave for about 20 seconds, 15, 20 seconds. Just enough to kind of soften up the honey. You know, you didn't put the honey in there. Just to soften it. And then you stir it up. Yes, you can put cayenne pepper in there as well, Virtuous. You can put cayenne pepper in there as well. And you stir that up. That's the first thing you do before you eat anything. Not a cookie, not a Chico stick, not Cheetos, not yogurt. This is the first thing you do. And you drink that. That's the first thing. That gets your bowels moving. And it's like a cleanse. It's a cleanse. It keeps your shit flowing. And it's supposed to take away some body fat. Look, they're jumping on it now because I said body fat. But yeah, it's supposed to flatten your stomach. And you can't be, listen. And you can't be eating that, drinking that, and then thinking you're going to go and eat some fried chicken as soon as you get to work. You can't eat the fried chicken, go to eat fried chicken right after you take the cleanse. Gradually do it, Charmise. Is it Charmise? Gradually do it. You don't have to come off of it cold turkey. Just gradually do it. And when I say gradually do it, like I explained a moment ago, I would do it when I was going out to eat with my friends. Like if we were going out to eat, I was not going to eat meat because I needed to get in the practice of going out to eat with people and not being tempted by what they were eating. So I would get like a vegan or pescatarian dish. I would get something either with fish and shrimp, or, you know, I would get something that didn't even have that. I would get something that was like, you know, you understand what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Maybe what you need, maybe what you need to do Melissa, technically what you can really do is just take a shot of the Bragg's vinegar, apple cider vinegar. That's really all you really need to do. The honey just helps to take the bite off of the apple cider vinegar. But if you're trying to figure out how to come off the meat slowly, what you do is do it gradually by not eating meat for the week, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday and Sunday, you can eat meat. And then challenge yourself again. After you do that for like a month, then try to not eat meat Sunday through Saturday. And you only, no. Try not to eat meat like Monday through Saturday and only eat it on Sunday. Like if you have Sunday dinner with your family and shit like that. So the only day that you would eat it is on Sunday. And then gradually come up off of it from that point. But the thing is, you have to supplement other things because you will lose some weight. I'm going to guarantee you're going to lose weight. I lost 7-8 pounds when I came off the meat. Now my body is leveling out and I'm back to a solid 190 now. But when I was eating the meat, I was about 195. I was like 194, somewhere around there. When I came off that meat, my ass slid on down to a 187 quick. But it's just your body composition has to change. Your body composition has to change. So that's what starts to happen first. So you will lose weight. But what you want to do is make sure that you're eating enough. That's why I do my smoothie in the morning. Because in the morning, I do a smoothie and it might have kale and spinach. And it might have an apple. It may have fresh carrots. And, you know, just a mixture of different things to make sure that I get my vitamins and all of the nutrients that I need. So my body has that stuff. Somebody asked me about chia seeds. I can't remember the name because the comment already went by, but I remembered. I have chia seeds up there. I think they're really good for you too. They kind of put me in mind of, they're supposed to give you energy and also help with digestion and, you know, your bowel movements and stuff in the same way that flax seeds should. I always forget that I have them. I have a big ass container of them right up in my cabinet. I really should put them in my smoothies every morning when I do my smoothies. But I always forget. I always forget they're up there. When I used to eat dairy, I don't eat dairy anymore because that's links to a lot of cancers. Dairy is connected to a lot of cancers. When I used to eat Greek yogurt, I used to put like a little tablespoon of chia seeds on top of my yogurt, and I would mix it up, and then there's this soup that I really like. It's a red pepper tomato soup. The shit is amazing. I would put it in there while I have it in my pot, like I have it in a pot boiling. I'll put like a tablespoon of chia seeds in there, and I'll eat it. But I always forget they're up there. Flaxseed is really good for you. What I will do sometimes, they'll help make sure you use the bathroom as well. Again, it's not a Metamucil, so you ain't gonna have diarrhea and shit. Like, it's not like that. What I have done before is with my chia seeds, I put it in my blender. They don't really work too well in the blender. They will work better in like a food processor, like a chopping kind of thing. Because if you can grind up those flax seeds, they work really well if you make vegan or veggie burgers, like black bean burgers is what I'm trying to say. Mix them in with your black beans, and that also helps you use the restroom too. Again, it's not going to give you diarrhea. None of this stuff is going to give you diarrhea. It's just going to push that shit down, literally. And, you know, make sure you go to the bathroom. Is it chia seeds, chia seeds? Okay, chia seeds. Let me look up the phonetics. She's trying to get me together. Let me see. Let me look up the phonetics. She might be telling me wrong. You'll know the meat is out of your body when you're when you start shitting. Let me tell you something. Your shit is, listen. That shit, the color of your shit will change. The color of your shit will change. And I'm serious about that. Like, you know, when you eat meat, like your shit is usually like a dark brown and, you know, that kind of thing. But when you start to, okay, Becky. But when you start to eat all veggies, when you start eating a plant-based diet, your shit changes. Like it starts lightening. Well, why didn't you tell me, Toya, if you knew I've been sitting here saying, what was I saying? Chia seed? What is it? Chia? What was I saying? Let me see how she said I'm supposed to say it. Chia seeds. I was saying chia. Well, girl, Toya, if you knew I was saying it wrong, why didn't you tell me? She's sitting there letting me walk around with a boogie in my nose. See, she one of them friends. She gonna let me walk around with snot and shit hanging out my nose and won't even say, Craig, come here, take this paper towel. She gonna let me walk around looking crazy. The apple cider vinegar by Bragg's, it's usually like $5, $6. Depends on where you buy it. No problem, Toya. It's okay. Okay, so it's chia seeds. Okay, like a chia, like a chia pet. Okay, I stand corrected. I stand corrected. But yeah, so like when I make my black bean burgers, you can blend up some, or like I said, grind up like some flaxseed and make that in your, I don't always do it, but sometimes I will. And it turns into like a powder. And you just mix it into your black bean burgers. And then, you know, again, usually when I eat stuff like that, I go to the bathroom like within an hour or two after eating. FYI. I didn't know that. Chia pets are usually the seeds they use to grow that pet. I did not know that. Look at you. See, that's why when I start these live videos, I say, good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig the Writer Stewart, and this is the Facebook Live version of So Much to Say. So look, Becky and Toya, was it Toya to let me walk around with the boogie in my nose? I host a podcast called So Much to Say. It's free. It's available in Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Every single Monday, we drop a brand new podcast. And just go into one of those apps and hit subscribe. Like I said, it's free. And we talk about everything. We talk about black hair, like women that process their hair or blonde their hair. Is that cultural appropriation? But we also talk about gentrification. We talk about black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between. Okay, that's what we do. And I have authored 3 books. How much do you put apple cider vinegar? 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, or like a shot. You could do a shot or 2 tablespoons. And like I said, I do mine with a half, like a 8-ounce bottle of water. Like I take, if it's a 16-ounce bottle of water, just take half. You're welcome. Is it Jabal? Jabal or Jabal? I take about a half a bottle of water, a shot glass of apple cider vinegar, or 2 tablespoons. And I usually use a little bit of honey, like a little bit of honey, and some lemon, fresh lemon. Squeeze a little, half of a lemon in there. And I put it in the microwave for about 15, 20 seconds. They don't need to be hot, not to get hot, just to melt and soften the, not melt, but to soften the honey. So that when you stir it up and you drink it, you can do it. But you don't really need the honey. The honey just helps with the taste because the apple cider vinegar is really, it's a sharp taste. But if you can just go ahead and douse it, just go ahead and do it. And like, I can't remember my vegan chef's name right now. But like she was saying, you can also do a dab of cayenne pepper in there too and stir that up. And you know, and it all helps with your moving your bowels and things like that. Yeah, somebody asked me about colon cleansers or colonics. Before I turned 40, I'm 41, I'll be 42 in a month. Before I turned 40, one of the gifts that I gave myself, you know, some of y'all going to the mall buying shoes and shit as a gift in the purse and going to get your nails done. No, I be trying to get this body together. I be trying to keep this body together because he ain't trying to check out until, I used to say I wanted to live until 90. Virtuous, yes, thanks, DeQuincy. I used to say that I want to live until 90, but you know the way people living now, I need to live to about 115, 150. But no, but for my 40th birthday, I treated myself to 3 colonics. I spaced them out, and what I did was I did one every couple weeks. I think it was like one every couple weeks. And so you're welcome, Angie. And so what I did was I went on Groupon. I am the king of Groupon. And I found like a package of colonics. I looked at the reviews. You know, because people write reviews in there. And I looked at what people had to say. And then I chose which one I wanted to do. And like a package of 3 was like $100. So that made them like $30 a piece. Don't be turning your nose up. That's 3 colonics. That's 3 nail appointments. Cut it out. And so one of the places that I went, the tech, she was really good. And she said to me, she said, it really is important that we take care of our colon the way that we take care of our heart or the way that we take care of our brain. She said, like, a colonic really is like, how did she gave me a metaphor and I can never remember what she said. She said, but the colon to the stomach is like, it's kind of like the brain. It's like the brain of your body. You know what I'm saying? But it's as vital as your brain. You know what I'm saying? No, it doesn't hurt. Basically, what you do is you go in, and I've had this conversation on here before, but I know it's a lot of new people in here. What happens is once they flush you out, you feel a lot lighter. And because it literally, it removes the shit from your body, right? Yes, CH. Girl, CH, what is your name, girl? I keep saying CH. Is that Christine? Is that Catherine? Chelsea? But it removes the shit, the shit that doesn't come out when you have a bowel movement. That's what it does. It flushes all of that out. That shit that's in your bowels from when you were 19, you know, from that chewing gum you used to swallow when you were 7, crystal. So it flushes all of it out. So what happens is you get in there, you get on the table, and you're propped up like this, right? So you're pretty much like this. This is how you are. And there's a thing below your behind. Like you're covered up, like they give you like a little paper blanket or whatever. And depending on where you go to have your colonic done, you'll be able to see the water flowing down the tube. Like there's a tube. And you see it flushing out. And so what happens is they give you like a little plastic tip, like a disposable tip. Those of you that smoke hookah, no, I don't. It's like a tip just like that. You know, you can take your tip. They give you a tip for you, and you put it on there and you smoke. And then when you pass it to your friend, you take the tip off and they put their tip on. It's the same kind of thing. So when you go to get the colonic, they put the tip on, and then they give you a little lubrication if you need it. Some of y'all know y'all be letting people play with your booties and stuff, so you don't need no lubrication. You put the lubrication on the tube or on your booty, and you put the tube in there. Now, if you need help, I think they will help you. I didn't need nobody helping me with that. I just wanted to do it. Lady, step outside. I got this. And so she went on outside, and I put the tube in there, and then they knock on the door, and they come back in. And the tube is inside. You know, it's just this much of a tube. Like, you ain't putting it all the way up your behind. But you put it in there, and then she comes back in, and then she turns on the machine, and then the water starts flowing. It's like a trickle. The water is trickling slowly. It ain't like a geyser. So the water is trickling slowly down the tube, right? Look, Mike trying to call me on FaceTime now. The water is trickling down into your butt. So it's like a douche. Yes, it's like a douche. Hold on one second. Hey, girl, hey.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to the pen pals. I'm in the middle of telling them how Colonic works. Where are you?
Oh, I just got in the house.
Oh, that's the new painted wall? I'm like, I don't recognize that. Shady. Oh. So what you about to do? You know my mouth is reckless. You need to put earphones on when you call me on FaceTime. You know I'm liable to say anything. They're saying, hey, Mike.
Hey, y'all.
I'm going to finish telling y'all about the thing. Give me 1 second. What? Are you staying in? What you doing? It's 10:30. They saying he got to call you later. You in the middle of a story. Douche. Becky, you ain't be coming in here correcting me. She done corrected me on chia seeds. Now she corrected me on douche. Douche.
Text me.
What you about to do?
I said text me.
Oh, you can't talk.
Yeah, I could. Y'all wanted to go up the street to this spot on Edgewood, I think. It's called Sound Table.
I know. It's a restaurant, little bar, dance place spot.
You know all the spots, Shout.
I know all the spots. All right, well, I'm gonna call you. I'll call you. Wait, you about to go out now?
I guess after 11.
I don't know if I want to go to Sound Table though. All right, I'll hit you right back. I'm about to get off here in a minute.
Yeah, tell them good night.
Don't let them come look for you, because you know they will.
I mean, good night in a loving way. I love everybody.
Right. You think you cute because you got your little hair twisted. Let me get off of here. The kids go and get a little roller set, and they just think they think they really doing it.
I had to get my hair done for Easter.
Oh, you went and got your Easter curls. Becky said, look, you can't leave yet. I just got here.
Who said that?
Becky is brand new. This is her first time coming on here. They say you being bossy tonight, Mike.
Nobody is not being.
And they saying we coming for you right now. They said don't come for us. The messages are flowing through here now. They said tell Mike to stop hating. They said yeah, right. Bye, Mike.
Where's the kicker at? Tell her to hold it down for me.
They saying night, Mike. Night, Mike.
Where's the kicker to hold it down for me and Darla?
Sure. Look, you don't even know her name. Talking about Darla. All right, I'm gonna call you right back.
Bye.
All right. Okay, so look. So it's like an enema. It's kind of like a douche. So you're pretty much like this, right? And so so when they come back in, they turn it on and the water starts to trickle down, right? And so as the water is trickling down, they tell you to hold it in. Don't, hold it in. And so you hold it in. And what happens is as your stomach starts to fill up. Look at Latanya said, look, I just started watching you today. You better finish the story. So look, as your stomach starts filling up, your stomach starts to expand. They tell you to hold it as long as you can before you release it, right? Because basically they want you to fill up your stomach cavity and your intestinal cavity as much as you can. And so what happens is when you can't hold it anymore, that's when it feels like you have to shit, right? It feels, like when you have to go to the bathroom, that's what it feels like. And so then you release it, and then you can see it, depending on where you go, you can see the shit traveling, like going into it's a sight. And so you can see it leaving your body. And then what happens is, once you release it, it's not painful at all. It's not painful. It's just like water flowing. That's it. That's all it is. And then what happens, you on it for about 45 minutes. You're here. It's like taking a 45-minute shit. Becky, hold on, baby. I come on here Monday through Friday. We're not really on Mondays. Not really on Mondays. Because I have some other stuff that I do. But Tuesday through Friday, I'm on here live. So make sure you set your notifications. So it's like, it was 100. Who was that? Velma. Yeah, but it's more intense than an enema. It's not an enema. An enema is only going to get like what's right in, at the beginning of your colon or at the end of your colon. It's not like, no, it's not even uncomfortable. It's like you're laying on like this table and your legs are kind of like propped up. It's not uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. And the tech doesn't stay in there. The tech leaves out. He or she doesn't stay in there. They'll say, I'll just be back. They'll check periodically on you. And they'll come back. And that's how it works. And so basically it's like a 45-minute shit. Hey, Sucky. It's like a 45-minute shit. So listen, I'm going to finish my story, but since there's so many of y'all here that are brand new, I have a book signing in Houston, Texas, next Saturday. Next Saturday. My first book is called Words Never Spoken, a memoir. The second book is called One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, a memoir continued. If you were an Elin Harris fan, you're going to love these books. The books are available on, that's the simplest way for me to explain it to you. It's all of the things that shaped and changed my life. My parents' divorce, my sister's drug addiction. My brother spent 23 years in jail, and it's my journey from dating women to dating men. Okay? The third book that I put out is called So Much to Say, a book of quotes. So it's relationship quotes, encouragement quotes, and wisdom quotes. My website is craigthewriterstewart.com. Okay? But anyway, but no, it's not painful at all. And, you know, it's like 45 minutes. And then each time you release it, you allow the water to fill back up. You do it again. You hold it for as long as you can. Then you let it out again. And basically, after you do a colonic, hey, Mary Austin, after you do a colonic, you may not shit for like 2 days because you done flushed everything out. Seriously. The signing in Houston is going to be in Missouri City. Is my girl Leah in here? The signing in Houston is going to be at the Missouri City State Soccer Park. Something like that. The details, though, are on my website, craigthewriterstewart.com. If you click on where he'll be, you'll see the address and everything. Yes, you can use the Cash App to purchase the books. If you purchase them through me, I sign them and I ship them to you. I just need you to inbox me your shipping address so I know where to send them. One book is $20. That covers the shipping too. 2 books is $36. The second book, I talk about a relationship that I had with a married man. And for all 3 books, it's $54. And my Cash App ID is The Writer. If somebody in here who knows me could please post that. My Cash App ID is The Writer. And then I have some books that I'm shipping out tomorrow. So you'll have them on Tuesday. Oh, thank you for telling me about this rice, Karen. I forgot about my rice over here. Talking about these colonics and things. Okay, I caught it just in time. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Yes, Valerie, I'm going to send you the first book. Inbox me your shipping address, please, so I know where to send it. Okay, Velma, if you Cash App me $54 and then just inbox me on Facebook your shipping address. Yes, Lolita just put my Cash App ID right here. That's my Cash App ID, and I will ship it to you. I was going to say something else. If you're not familiar with how the Cash App works, inbox me your email address, and I will send you the request through the Cash App. But if you're not familiar with any of that and you don't want to do it that way, the books are also available on Amazon, all e-readers, and I am narrating the first book in audible.com. The second book is coming on Audible as well. The first book, Becky, is 337 pages. Let me grab it so you can see. The first book, Words Never Spoken, it's 337 pages. It's all beat up because this is the one that I use when I read, when I do a signing. And then the second book, One Thing for Certain, Two Things for Sure, is the sequel. Those of you that's new, that's me. That's actually me right there. This book is 229 pages. And then this third book is a hardback. This is So Much to Say, a book of quotes. This book is, so this is this book. And this book has, it's all quotes, encouragement quotes, wisdom quotes, relationship quotes. This book has about 50 pages, okay? Front and back, quotes are on front and back, right? And we're doing a I host a podcast, as I mentioned before. It's called So Much to Say. We're doing a live podcast in Atlanta on June 2nd. It's Saturday, June 2nd. And we're going to have food and we're going to have drinks, open bar. We're going to have food and we're going to have conversation. We're going to have a really healthy conversation. Angie, you don't know how to get to my inbox? Let me inbox you. I'll inbox you. Angie Jefferson. So the books are, bro, as I was saying, Becky, the books are about the first 2 books are about my life. So it's, you know, the closest that I can describe is Elin Harris. When you look at Amazon, that's all they say on the reviews. Oh my God, you're the new Elin Harris. Oh my God, you picked up where Elin Harris left off. The difference, though, between myself and Elin Harris is my stories are true. Like, his stories were fictional, even though I do believe that some of the elements that he wrote about were probably true, and he fictionalized it. They really do support me, Becky. It's serious. Like, Latanya, I love Elin Harris. If you anything like him, I would definitely purchase. Listen, Latanya, I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, just go look at Amazon. Look on Amazon, type in Craig Stewart, and all of the books will come up on Amazon. You can see the reviews. I'm carrying 5 stars on Amazon. They're 5 stars on Amazon. So yes. But if you're a digital girl or guy, you can download it. They're on Nook. They're on iBooks. They're in Kindle. Just look up Craig Stewart. Again, my website is craigthewriterstewart.com. Who was I looking for? I was with the Cash App. Oh, it was Angie Jefferson. Let me find Angie. Let me get this coin over here real quick. Let me get this change from Angie real quick. Angie Jefferson. I'm trying to look at your picture. I'm trying to look at your profile so I can inbox the right person. I found you, Angie. She in Northeast, where's she at? Oh, no, she worked at Northeast ISD. I'm inboxing you now, Angie Jefferson. Hey, girl, hey. Hey, girl, hey. I just sent you a message. I just sent you a message, Angie. Hey, Diane Brown. Okay, so I used to be on here Monday through Friday, but I work with another show. I do another show on Mondays. So I come on Tuesday through Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you hit the notifications on your Facebook page, it'll let you know when I come on. Because sometimes I come on the weekends as well. You know, it just depends. But my set time to come on here is Tuesday through Friday. We did a video, I did a conversation yesterday. I was talking about a female cousin of mine and a female friend of mine who are both married, whose husbands have children outside of the marriage while they were together. So I try to have a lot of conversations about things that people go through, things that I've experienced or whatever. DC, oh, Diane, I write about DC. I'm from Baltimore. So DC is in the books. Virginia is in the books because I went to Hampton, so I write about that. I write about just my journey as a songwriter, as an entrepreneur. I've written music with Brandy. Thank you, Dewan. Is it Dewan? Thank you very much. But yes, and so all of the details in terms of like where I'll be, where I'll have a signing. You're welcome, Cassandra. Oh, you know what I wanted to talk about on here? Somebody inboxed me, and I can't remember her name right now. I can't remember her name, so I'll talk about it the next time. All right? But listen, I'm going to get off of here. I usually am on here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay? But there's more information about me on my website, craigthewriterstewart.com. There are a couple video readings on my website as well. If you want to hear a little snippet from the books, you can. Those are on my website, craigthewriterstewart.com, like writer. craigthewriterstewart.com. And again, if you want to purchase the books through the Cash App, you can. My Cash App ID is The Writer. All right? You guys have an amazing weekend. I'm pretty sure I'm going to come on here at some point tomorrow or Sunday. But if you if you hit the notifications, you'll know when I come on live. I appreciate you listening. Hope you heard something that will help you. Brush your teeth. Floss your teeth. Hit that tongue, because you're not brushing your teeth if you haven't hit that tongue. Right? Thank you, Quinetta. I appreciate you, Quinetta. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanya Jenkins. Brush your tongue. And when you get down, before you go to bed tonight, get down on your knees and say your prayers. Be grateful for 5 things. Even if you don't believe in God, be grateful to the universe for bringing you through this day, providing for you, sustaining you, giving you peace of mind, giving you the ability to reason and make sound decisions and judgment, right? Be grateful. Have an amazing weekend, all right? I'll see you guys this weekend, probably. Thank you, Mary Austin. And I will see you guys on Monday. Thank you, Lynn Butler. I always brush my tongue, baby. Have a good night.